born in New York, but grew up in North Carolina, and went there all through school, went to Duke as an undergraduate, and worked for a few years, went back and got a law degree from Georgia State University, and then got a master's in tax law from Emory. Ended up going into our family business, which was a retail business, which we had a nice opportunity to grow that and get a great experience from a business standpoint. The law degree always sort of sits in the background as a helpful tool, so I've been able to lean on that as needed all through my business life. And then I went and started what I called a business called First Plover, which was an incubator, where we would help other small companies get started. So we would help fund them, we would set up all their infrastructure, and basically overnight we could turnkey somebody into a business. And actually Products for Good was one of the projects that we started while we were in that incubator mentality. And I said, no matter what happens, we're going to keep that one going because it has much greater meaning than any of the businesses that we work on. My wife and I actually are coming up upon our 30th anniversary of our first date, which is the anniversary we celebrate. So it'll be on 12/12/12 of all dates. We've got 3 kids. We've got a set of twins, boy, girl, and my daughter is a rising junior at the Coast Guard Academy. I have a nice track record of having done good things. At least I've tried to do that. A couple of specific events come to mind. A friend of mine, he was helping a neighbor who was locked out of her apartment, and he was swinging down from his balcony to let her in her door. She had left her screen door open but had locked the front door. And the balcony gave way and he landed on his head and actually ended up a quadriplegic. He was in the Army and they were putting him through med school to come back and be an Army doctor. And so with that, the Army actually was very good, took very good care of him, but they came up very short on some of the things that he needed just for day-to-day life after that. And so we put together this golf tournament in about 6 weeks' time. We raised about $125,000. Ultimately, he finished med school with his class, by the way, and is now a doctor practicing in Charlotte, and he does physical rehabilitation medicine. The guy who does all of our current website work, his brother had moved to Charlotte very recently, and turned out his daughter came up with a very rare form of cancer called rhabdoid tumor. He had just moved to town. He was a contractor, so he didn't have any insurance yet. So we basically mimicked the same thing. We set up another golf tournament, but this was very different. We really had no idea how long she would make it. So we organized everybody, and we 2 weeks later had a golf tournament. While we're at the golf tournament, I want to call it a humorous moment because there weren't a lot of humor going on here, but the doctor walked up who was there supporting them, the same guy who was treating her. He said, "I've got great news." He said, "Medicaid is going to cover all of her expenses." And I said, "That's awesome." And I looked around and I said, "Except we just raised $150,000 from these people. Now what?" And he said, "Don't worry, there's plenty of need out there. I'll be happy to help you find a place for the money." So we actually ended up setting up her name was Miranda Booth. We set up a foundation called the Miranda Fund, which still operates today. The way Products for Good came to be was really an oddball opportunity. We have a chance to buy 6 million coins that were recovered by the US and British out of the banks of Basra, Iraq. With that, we took this incredible leap of faith and bought this collection of things that meant nothing to me. And basically we gave them meaning. We said, what can we build around this project that would be representative of the name Products for Good? So what we ended up with was really putting together a line of products that truly honor those who serve. And then we expanded it from just military to also include police and firefighters. One thing I've learned in this project, there's no time when they don't appreciate hearing those words. Whether it's a World War II veteran or a guy coming back from Iraq or Afghanistan right now, when you say thanks for your service, it still means something for them. So this is a great way to do that. Thank you so much for taking the time to view our video. We hope now you'll look around our website and find the perfect gift for the military member, police officer, or firefighter in your life. My name is Ostrow, and thank you very much on behalf of Products for Good and the Honor One campaign.